Peace, family. Chauncey, aka Ukarema, great man of God media, right back at you once again with another GMOGMedia Spotlight. Alright, family, I want to address this particular story that I just came across last night online, and as you can tell by the topic, George Zimmerman is making headlines once again. As you all know, the story with George Zimmerman, he is a murderer who got away with killing an unarmed black teenager by the name of Trayvon Martin, and he was acquitted of those charges, and he's able to walk the streets freely today. He is definitely a white supremacist, full-fledged, and he's doing it again by disrespectingly, just total disrespect of the Trayvon Martin's family by auctioning off I'm not even going to call it a gun. What I'm going to call it is a torture device. And I'm going to break that down later in this video. But the firearm he used to kill Trayvon Martin, which is a torture device, he attempted to auction it off to an online website that does online auctionings. And I'm going to read the story real quick on my phone that I just pulled up. But basically, he tried to auction off the firearm to two different websites, and they turned it down. Let me read the story real quick from this is from AmpUSAtoday.com. The United Gun Club website began hosting the auction after another website, gunbroker.com, halted bidding. United Gun Club said in a statement Thursday night, it has pulled Zimmerman's listings because the auction is not in the organization's best interest. All right. And basically, he tried to go to another website, which I believe was, let me see, was it gunbroker.com. And as of today, the auction was back up in the company's website this morning, and the bidding for the Kel-Tec PF9 pistol began at $5,000, and then there was a bid of $65 million as of 5:45 a.m. today. Now, there was a racist troll account, which was called Racist McShootface. Obviously, is a troll account that bidded $65 million for the torture device that Zimmerman used for Trayvon Martin. But yeah, basically, this is disturbing, but at the same time not surprising. This is business as usual for systematic racism, white supremacy in this country. Now, he said in a statement also, he said he was going to use part of the proceeds for the auctioning off his torture device. He was going to use it to fight against Black Lives Matter police brutality against police officers, which is a total lie, a figment of his imagination, a figment of white supremacists' imagination. Okay, first of all, you show me any quote-unquote Black Lives Matter people displaying acts of violence against police officers. I can show you many clips of police officers, aka race soldiers, displaying acts of violence against unarmed black people.
So I'm walking, and as I turn, he hit me, and I thought it was a punch, but as I look at the footage now, it was an elbow, but he hit me dead in my eye.
Authorities have identified the man who threw the punch as 78-year-old John McGraw of Linden. In the video, you can see McGraw going back to his seat while several Cumberland County Sheriff's deputies struggle with Jones. Ronnie Rouse captured video of what appears to be deputies putting Jones on the ground.
And they're walking us out, and they got him prone because I thought he was getting arrested. And I was like, I know y'all are not taking him to jail. This is impossible.
If you look at the video in slow motion, you see Jones turns to say something to McGraw. A deputy tries to restrain him, and they both fall on each other. Sheriff Moose Butler says the video went wild overnight. His department jumped on the investigation this morning.
And most of the black people, especially with these media outlets, they always associate a group of black people either as a gang or they associate them with Black Lives Matter, which they don't have any factual evidence. So you have there's a lot of misnomer information going out there. The media will say a group of black people are in a gang or associated with some kind of pro-black, I said that in quotations, pro-black group that is against police brutality or violence against black people. They always have to associate it with some kind of group, but they have no actual factual evidence for that. So that's a whole nother topic of conversation. But anyway, torture device. The reason why I say that Zimmerman and people who are classified as white have firearms, they are considered torture devices because we live in a system of white supremacy. Okay, we are prisoners, as our brother Neely Fuller would say. We are prisoners of war. So we are in a system that is controlled by them. We are under their rules still as of 2016 today. And we have to abide by their rules because they own and control everything in all 9 areas of activity. That's economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. Okay? So they make and manufacture these firearms. We don't own or control in how many of these firearms are made and who are they sold to. They control the narrative. We don't. So we can say, hey, I can go out, a black person, an average black person can say, yeah, I could go out and own a firearm and all this kind of stuff, which is fine. And then, yeah, you can, but they're letting you do that. Okay. Now, if they really wanted to control, which they still do, they can make up a law and further marginalize on how you get a firearm. They can make up a law on the whim and say, hey, you need to have X, Y, Z done. Besides a background check, you need to have a good credit report. I'm just saying hypothetically. They can make up any kind of law to further prevent you from owning a firearm. They can make up a law and say black people shouldn't own firearms. They can make up any law they want to on the whim, just like that. Okay, because they control the narrative. Okay, until we control the narrative, those devices are considered torture devices, no different than antebellum or chattel slavery. Okay, they use all kinds of devices to control, brand, torture black people in slavery. You had whips, corkscrew devices. All kinds of things to control, torture, and kill black people. Okay, during slavery. So it's no different today. These firearms are still torture devices because they control the narrative and they control how they make and manufacture the guns and who they distribute it to. Okay, so we still have no say. We still have no say. They can take your gun away, even if you have all your quote unquote permits for the firearm. They can take all that stuff away with just like that. Just like that. So I just want to address this story, and this segues into why it's so important. We need to have an agenda. We need to have a code of conduct. We need to be able to replace this system that we're in with a system of justice, which is why it is very important to go see Hidden Colors 4, which is what my company, Great Men of God Media, is sponsoring on May 26th in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Doors open at 6 p.m. Showtime of the film is 7 to 10 p.m. at Cinema Paradiso in Fort Lauderdale. All right, the link is in the description to purchase the tickets. Make sure y'all purchase the tickets ASAP because the event is going to sell out. All right, but these stories and people like George Zimmerman who still walk the streets today, and so many victims of black people being shot and killed by non-black people in this country. It's going to continue. It's going to continue. And don't make it seem like because you own a firearm doesn't mean you're safe. You're not safe. Nobody's safe. until we replace this system of racism, white supremacy with the system of justice. You know, it's just that simple, family. All right, so I just wanted to address that. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Again, you got to purchase these tickets for Hidden Colors 4. It's going to sell out real fast. All right, family. Chauncey, aka Ukarema, great man of God media, signing out. Peace.